So, let's talk about it. Does the Bengals have a Sam Hubbard problem? And, it actually was recently asked in the press conference with Zach Taylor when they asked him, hey, what's going on with Sam Hubbard? He's only playing 75% of snaps. He's not looking that great. What's going on here? And he said pretty much plain and simple that he likes the direction that Sam Hubbard is moving. He likes the direction where everything is flowing with him. And to be honest, I don't know if fans can agree with that. Grades only tell parts of the story, but these grades are not good at all. I mean, our pass rushing grades in general are absolutely atrocious. And now Sam Hubbard, who only plays 75% of the snaps. Just for reference here, let me pull up the snap count and show you guys. He's played, over here, 75% of the snaps last week, which was 44 snaps. Trey Hendrickson played 38 snaps. Jeff Side played 29. And then Cedric Johnson actually played 17% of the snaps. So clearly there's something going on there. He's recovering from his injury. It wouldn't be a big deal, right, when you put all these things together if he wasn't making $10 million. And next year, 11.6. And when you put all those factors in together with the money factor and the fact that he's only playing 75% of the snaps, plus the fact that, again, the grades do not lie, he's not having a good season. He's not. And our interior pass rush is not really doing too well. But, again, when you really break it down, that's not really what Sam Hubbard is made for. He's not really that crazy great of a pass rusher. He's good, but he's not like, what you would expect out of Trey Hendrickson. Trey Hendrickson and Sam Hubbard, completely different players. So do we have a Sam Hubbard problem, as the title would suggest? I don't think we have a problem, but I think we have a production issue. I don't think there's a problem with having Sam Hubbard on our roster. I don't think there's a problem with Sam Hubbard, being a Bengal. But there are situations where sometimes, again, not always here, I'm going to rip the Band-Aid off, okay? Some players take pay cuts. You're not giving the production that we need. Some players will, in fact, go ahead and take pay cuts. Now, in this situation, again, depending on his injury, and depending on how he's, where he is on that definitely might impact him in some capacity when it comes to how well he's going to play. But that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to be spending on a player who isn't giving you a return on your investment. And listen, at the end of the day, I love him. I do. I love Sam Hubbard. But you got to get your money's worth. It's a business. You got to get a return on your investment. That's what matters most in this business, in football. It is what it is. You got to look at things. Again, I'm being very blunt here, but you got to look at things with X's and O's and say, okay, how much production is he giving for the money that we're giving him? $10 million. Honestly, for an edge rusher, for a premier edge rusher, that is nothing, by the way. Just a little side note, that is absolutely nothing for a premier pass rusher. For example, if this was Nick Bosa, I think Nick Bosa is sitting at a price tag of $36 million, okay? Not 36. Let me see exactly how much Nick Bosa is. It has to be in the 30 millions, which is what you would expect. But again, you expect the return on your investment of Nick Bosa to be that good. So, for example, 42, 52, 42. We're talking about quarterback money, right? Which is, again, for his value that he's giving back, that's okay. That's perfectly okay price tag for the value. Hubbard's only getting paid 10, which, again, for the value in return, I don't know if we're getting $10 million worth of value. That's what I will say about Hubbard. I love Hubbard, and there's no way in heck I'd ever want to see him in another uniform other than ours. Not even close. Ohio kid, born and raised in Ohio, but that's something you had to take in consideration. And I still think we're getting a steal, realistically speaking, on Trey Hendrickson, with how good Trey Hendrickson is. To see him get paid only 15, 20, 18 million, and with how good he is giving us a 2 times, 3 times your money back type mentality with Trey Hendrickson. He is. We, realistically speaking, what he did last year, 17.5 sacks, he doubled, not doubled, but he 1.5 times his contract value, which, again, is good, right? Actually, for last year, he doubled his contract value. What he did last year is the equivalent value of $30 million. But again, like I said, with Hubbard, we gotta see that return on investment. That's really what it comes down to. But, it's only the beginning of the season, okay? And, players will get better over time throughout the season. I have faith in Hubbard, I really do. When he gets back healthy 100%, he's able to play 100% of the snaps. Things kind of work out a little bit better. I'm very excited for him. And again, like I said, overall-wise, we'll see how things go. Our defense looked absolutely atrocious last week. 2 weeks before that, we played the Kansas City Chiefs. That's not easy, right? That's not an easy matchup. And then we played the Patriots. So, overall-wise, we just have to get back in the thick of things here. I wouldn't say we have a problem, but we definitely have some things to think about and talk about. And we have some things we got to work on. That's really how I look at it. Again, like I said, it is what it is at the end of the day. We got some things to think about. But I don't think we have a problem. I think we're good. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. Again, like I said, I know this video was kind of all over the place. I was kind of just trying to give all you guys all the information at once and kind of see what you guys are thinking as well. As always with these videos, I'm only as good as what you guys think as well. I like to bounce ideas off you guys and see where your guys' heads are at when it comes to Sam Hubbard. Again, like I said, I don't want him leaving. I don't want to lose him. I don't want to cut him. I don't want to release him. I did talk about pay cut because that is something. Again, like I said, I'm not saying he should take a pay cut. I am not putting that out there. But because I personally, how I look at it like this, okay? I'll end the video off like this. I never, ever, ever, ever will tell a player to take a pay cut. I won't. I believe that, that is that player's money. That is that player's career. That is that player's contract. They agreed upon a deal. They agreed upon a contract. And that contract should be sought out unless the player opts into another category and decides to take a pay cut. I don't think a player should ever be forced to take a pay cut, okay? I think a player should, if he agrees upon a contract, plays that contract. That's a contract you agreed on. Now, I also believe it for the opposite point of view as well. If a player, Chase, agrees to a contract, yes, the team has the right or the ability to extend that player. But if you agree to a contract, you have to play a contract. I full-heartedly agree to that on both sides. On the side of, the player, and pro team. So that's kind of how I look at it, right? I always do agree that players need to go get what they're worth and, make as much money as possible. This league is not for long as they call it with the NFL. So, again, like I said, just kind of my cup of tea. But definitely tell me down below your cup of tea. It's kind of, black tea. It's kind of my thing, but I don't know. I'm weird. Peace out.